First fish of the morning. Scrapper. Whoa. That'll work for the first fish. That's a stout gill right there. It's not ready to come in yet. That's a good fish. Here we are again. We've decided we're done fishing weed lines for a while. We're going to park ourselves out here in the deep mud and swing for the fences all day long. And that's the first fish of the morning, and that's a good one. That'll probably go 10. We're going to put her on the catch board just to be sure, get an official measurement, and we'll have a picture of it if it is. Steady fish right there. Here's one. We're parked out here in 15 feet of water. It is not a secret what we're doing. We're just fishing deep down in the mud. We got our slip float set about 6 inches off the bottom and trying to get some of these mud dwellers to come up and eat. It's like a decent fish there too. Oh, and it is. I think that one's quite as big as the last one. But a handsome, stout devil indeed. Look at that one. We'll get him on the board too, just in case he's. That first one was 10, right on the dot. That was a spawned out female. We'll see what this one goes. I'm guessing maybe 9.5, 9.75. But I've been wrong before. It might go 10. Let's go find out. There we go. Ooh. Thinks he's feisty anyways. I'll tell you, that's another nice fish. That's another solid 9.5 right there. Stay out of that trolling motor, dude. Yeah, that's a good one there. Choked it, so we're gonna do surgery real quick. Sorry about that. I wanted to get that hook out real quick. It's choked. That's a 9.5-inch fish. So we got a 10, a 9.75, and a 9.5 to start. Operation Mud Dwellers is off to a okay start. I don't know if that's a big one or if he's just got me down. There's some sparse sandweed out here in the mud too. Patches of it. I'm trying to focus my casting around that. But might be a better fish too. It is. Another tanker. Yes, sir. Just another biscuit of a bluegill right there. You know the grill. We'll get her on the bump board. What a tank. Good start to the day. There we go. Ooh, another heavy fish out here with his belly in the mud. Wow, yeah, that is well over 10 inches. That's our biggest fish of the day so far. Wow, look at that one. What a sexy hen right there. That is a tank bluegill. Caught her sitting out here in that deeper, or in 14.2 feet of water right now, and she was damn near right on the bottom with her belly in the mud. Out here feeding on bloodworms. What a solid fish. I'm guessing that one's going to be closer to, I don't know, maybe 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. We'll get her on the board here. Good first half of the morning here. To recap, we're not doing anything special. I just noticed over the last couple of days that most of our bigger fish, our 9+ inch fish, have all come from a little bit deeper water. And the warmer the water gets, a lot of the time, as the summer progresses into late July, early to mid-August, we're looking for water temperatures that are upper 70s, maybe even touching 80. These bigger bluegills will move out to these mud, I guess they're flats. Technically, they're deeper flats. And, I look for 13 to 15 feet of water typically. And in years past, we got onto this pattern and ended up just trying to figure out why they were holding out here. They had their bellies down in the mud. There's plenty of bloodworms down there. There's scattered sandgrass that you can find in clumps, and of course those hold a lot of nice fish. The majority of those fish are congregated around that sandgrass, but it's the bottom is just mud, silt and mud, and it's cooler down there. So they're comfortable down there. There's a little bit of cover down there. There's another one, and there's food down there. So it all sets up for some really good big bluegill fishing. We're just using our slip float with a chunk of crawler today, setting it about 6 inches off the bottom. So every time we twitch that float, it's kicking up a little bit of silt. It's kind of scraping the bottom. That's another tank. Big old humphead male. We are cooking with peanut oil now, folks. Just another tanker. Beautiful, beautiful patterned fish right there. Look at the hump on him. Big old crawler hanging out of his mouth. That's just a crawler chunk, but that's a bigger chunk. Just doesn't get old, man. I'm here for that all day. I know you guys are too. All my bluegill freaks. I tell you, it's important too. Just a little friendly reminder that when you're doing battle with these big gills out in deeper water, your slip float, of course, is set to your desired depth, preferably, like I told you, about 6 to 8 inches off that bottom. But when you're reeling these things up, that slip bead or that knot, whichever one you use, is going to probably move just a tad as you're reeling it up and it hits that eyelet. And you might not realize it. You go to cast back out a couple times and don't get bit. Well, it's because you're not at the right depth anymore. So it's important to reset it after every fish. If you hear it tick the end eyelet, go ahead and check it out. Make sure you're reset at the right depth. Tell you, it's not been every cast, obviously, when you're specifically targeting these giant bluegills, but it's been pretty okay. Not gonna lie. I think our smallest fish of the day so far has been about 8 3/4. And our biggest one is about 10 1/2. This is another tank. Good grief. Another stout male. Got that crawler pretty well choked, so I'm gonna get him back as quick as I can, but just another freaking tanker, man. We're having ourselves a day here. What another beautiful summer day as well. There was barely a cloud in the sky. Got some thin wispy clouds and just a little zephyr of a breeze and plenty of sunshine. If you live in the Midwest, or even more specifically up here in the North Woods, you know it's been a really rainy spring, stormy spring. Lots of severe weather, some high water. But looking at this 7 to 10 day forecast, I see maybe 1 or 2 days with just a very slight chance of a pop-up storm. So things are starting to stabilize just a bit here. And that's only going to help this deep pattern for these bluegills continue to get better. I just hit right by the boat. Remember I talked yesterday about trying to work that bobber back to the boat. Stay patient. And that's not a very big one. That's definitely our smallest fish of the day, and it's a solid eater anyhow. So I moved out of that deep bay, and I pulled up to a section of flat that's about 12 feet of water. And I've got the boat positioned to where I can fan cast most of the flat that's out in front of me. But I've also positioned myself right on the backside of that flat where it drops off into a deeper 20-foot basin. So I can work the flat and I can work that edge to see where these bigger ones are holding. If you want to be absolutely precise and dialed in about how you know you're in the right depth, or you have your slip bobber set at the right depth, when you're twitching it back and forth like I am right now, you'll see that bobber stand up and then kind of want to sit on the bottom almost flat. That's how you know you're right there, you're balanced. When you're jigging, when you're twitching, it's upright moving. When you stop and pause, it's balanced like this. It's sitting right on the bottom like that. And that's when they come and grab it usually. And it's another moose. Yeah, we're having some fun out here today, folks. We talk about there's days when it's almost nothing but, oops, it's almost nothing but dinks. Some days it's a lot of eater fish. Some days you get a little bit of both. And then some days they're all built like tanks, built like a biscuit. Yes, sir. What a day. Got an eagle and a couple of loons protecting their baby, squawking back and forth in the background. There's one. Boy, this is another heavy fish. Get out of that trolling motor. Oh. Wow. That's another 10 for sure. Look at that big old hen. Just look at the way she's built. I mean, she's long and she's thick through the thighs. Just how we like them. Heck yeah. I mean, eventually we're going to run out of time, but this has been a hell of a day. We've got my kid's baseball game tonight, and he's starting pitching, so he'll be on the TV. So I try not to miss any of his starts. We got about another 45 minutes left, and we're going to make the most of it. Oof. That one hit like a freight train. We are out here in this deeper water, folks. There's for sure a pattern today, and it should only get better. The hotter it gets, the warmer this water starts cooking. They will bury themselves in the mud out here, and they will eat. That's just a ho-hum 9.5. Look at that toxic rod just bent over. That's one thing about fishing out here in the deeper water is you're going to get a little bit of boat traffic you're going to have to navigate. Just had a bunch of boats go by. Wasn't paying attention, and the spot lock adjusted just about the same time a wave hit, and I almost went overboard. Pretty fish. Nice little bull there. Twitch, twitch paws gets him every time. There's no need to overthink it, man. You just got to find the right juice zones for the bigger fish. That's all. I mean, we say it a million times over. You're going to catch a ton of fish up by the weeds. You're going to catch them around docks, around shore fall downs. Put in just a little bit more effort. Search the deeper water. Search what you think is probably going to be a dead sea, if that makes sense. And you'd be surprised what you can find and what you can start to pattern out there as summer progresses. Is it going to be the same on, every lake? No, but the majority of them, at least the ones I fish, it's like that. And we've done that down in northern Illinois. We've done that in southern Wisconsin. And of course, central Wisconsin. Of course, the North Woods where I reside. But just give it a shot. Worst case scenario, you're still going to get to go out and fish, and you can always salvage the day by running up to the pads and setting some hooks. So Just a little pointer from your friendly bluegill guide here. There is another fish. Boy, that one. Oh boy. I don't know if this is a gill or what is going on. Must have had me in a patch of that sandgrass down there. He's out of it now. Now it doesn't feel as heavy, but it's still a solid fish. Oh yeah. Wow. The build on these things though. Look how wide that hen is. Just a giant. I thought it felt pretty big when I set the hook into her. She didn't want to move, and then I felt like some grass down there that she was hung up in, and it popped loose, but I knew it was still a heavy fish. What a day. I've said that a million times. I know, I'm sorry, but it's true. It's the day that I don't want to end. We have days like this, throughout the midsummer, and fall is real good, but when it's beautiful weather like we have today, no rain, no storms today, the wind is tolerable, there's not too much for boat traffic on the lake, and all of our fish, I would say 90% of our fish today have been just stud fish. Good times. Get a measurement on her real quick. That fish is 10 1/4. Solid day. Like I said before, we've had plenty of days like these throughout the years, but I don't know, summer just hits a little different. Now, there's some giant crappies we get in the fall. That's a lot of fun. Ice fishing, of course, is a hoot. And as I get a little bit older, each and every year, summer fishing just hits the money spot for me, especially on days like these. We just had a real hectic 4th of July holiday weekend that lasted more than the weekend. We had family in town, and then lakes were pretty crowded. Everything's starting to settle back down, and as we get into that midsummer type pattern, real peaceful out here today. It's, as you can see, it's been a great day of fishing. There is another fish. Right on cue, eh? That one does not feel too impressive, but I suppose they can't all be giants. I mean, he's working me out now that he saw the boat. Just a little scrapper. I had to set the hook over the camera. Just about another 8. 8.5-inch eater fish. Got about 20 minutes left, and we gotta skedaddle, go watch some baseball. It's definitely been a day of sunfish and suntans. Well, it's a little bit later in the afternoon now, coming up on about 4:15-ish. We're gonna pull up on another flat like we've been fishing all day. This one's a little shallower since it's getting a little bit later in the day. Eventually, these fish that have been hanging out in the deeper water with that hot sun will start to push up and feed on the weed lines. We're going to try to catch them in transition before we have to go in, which is in about 15 minutes. So time for a few more casts on this spot, and whether we get another good one or not, it's been a fabulous, fabulous day up here in the North Woods. There's a little flat here that's about 8 feet of water, and it slowly tapers out into a secondary basin that's about 24 feet. Pretty much just a little mud flat again with sporadic weed growth on it down there. So give her a shot. This little flat here has been known to give up some pretty solid perch through the ice. Late ice, about March, they like to spawn on this particular section of flat here. Pick a few up in the summertime too. Got a pretty good one yesterday. And I think my bobber stopped, kind of slipped in the wrong direction here. Not getting that balance I want. There we go. Yeah, it's more like it. I want that bobber when I'm jigging again. When I'm jigging, it should be straight up. And when I let it rest, it should just barely kiss the bottom and kind of sit half-ass, if you will. It's like setting the hook on a ton of bricks. It's another one of those white hens. Solid fish, huh? Look at the markings on her. She's just a, if I was going to draw a picture of what would be a perfect bluegill, female bluegill, it would probably be that one right there. Just very distinct lines. And everything we've caught today has been on crawler chunks. Just a chunk, even a little bit of tail off, for some cadence. I have not used gulp at all today, which is very unusual. And I haven't had to. Why would you want to switch when you've had a good day like this? Another one. As pretty as that last female was. Look at that one. God's handiwork right there. Fabulous paint job. Yeah, as I was saying, with the crawler chunks, less has been more today. Just basically taking a whole night crawler and cutting it up into 3 different sections. Makes them go a lot farther, and you lose less bait that way as well. There we go again. Boy, my wrists are going to be tired tonight. Jen's going to have to give me a massage. Another gooser. Good day. I don't know how many times I've said that today, but you count them up and let me know how many times I've said it's been a good day. I'll send you some free jerky from Wisco Meats. How's that? There we go. Rip and drag. Yeah, that'll work. Thought there might be some starting to move up on this one. It's a pretty solid way to end a day. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless right now. It was just one of those magic days. I'll be back out here tomorrow and probably won't get a bite. So it just is what it is. You got to enjoy it while you can. Cherish every moment you can be outside. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I know it was a long day, but hopefully you had just as much fun as I did, because I had an absolute hoot. We'll see you next time. I mean, we got time for one more. I mean, who are we kidding? We forgot to take our last cast. You can't leave a spot without taking your last cast. There we go. What's one more fish? Like I said, when we pulled up to this spot, it's usually good for a few perch. Caught a real nice eater yesterday. I like to eat those 11 and a half inchers. Seems like you get a nice fish Sammy out of those. And that right there is about probably a 10 or so. But we're not going to keep them today because we don't have time to clean them. We can't end on a perch. It's got to be a gill. That bobber to kiss the ground and kiss the bottom, and usually gets smacked just like that. Just a little dinker. Little tater chip. Effort to end this day on a good, solid fish. That might just be it. God, I love this toxic rod. They make great ice rods too, by the way. Yeah, that's a solid fish. We can end on that one right there. We shall end this glorious day on a nice curvy little hen right there. If you would do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel, it goes a long way in helping us out and keeping us being able to do this and put out this content. We got a long summer ahead of us, and we got a great fall season coming up, and that'll spill right over into a very, very busy ice season. So again, if you subscribe, you're automatically entered to win a day in the boat, a day on the ice with me. You'll get a prize package from all of our sponsors. It's a pretty good deal for just subscribing. So, and we appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Hello. Hello. What do we have on the other end of this line? I don't always all bluegills on this flat. Guessing that's going to be a Mr. Pikey. But I like my chances. This is only 2-pound test, but it's the 2-pound fins braid crappie line. As long as he doesn't get clipped in that trolling motor, we should be able to get him in. Yes, sir. Nasty ass pike. But they gotta eat too. That'd be a good pickler there. Pop this hook out and get him back in so he doesn't slime up the boat. Boy, I had him hooked pretty darn good. Oh yeah, no harm, no foul. Nice little turd burglar there. Little gator. So I think we're gonna call it because I'm late now. So he got to go. Fun day. Thanks for hanging out in the boat with us, man. Really appreciate it.
The batting order for the 80s. On the mound for Garden City is Aiden Yeager.
Innings, so gonna assume that he'll probably go 2 or 3 depending on how things are going. Gonna be a little bit of a bullpen night for the North Platte 80s. Gonna see a lot of extra bodies probably coming in and out. Another quick look around the diamond here for the North Platte 80s. Austin Salami. Salame has what he wants. That one down in the zone. Tried to see if Grabowski would go chasing. He did not. So it's a 1-2 count with 1 out. High pop up on the infield. Flogging, Boucher calling each other. Boucher takes it behind second base for out number 2.